Okay, I'm here, and the reason it's dark is because I'm doing what Steve Wallace would call hunkering down. I'm attempting not to draw attention to myself because I don't want the police to pull up and ask me what I'm doing here. So I'm actually parked behind our leisure centre in a spot I wouldn't normally park in. It's like it's designated for buses, but because the leisure centre is shut at the moment, I'm going to risk putting the light on in a sec. Because the leisure centre's shut, I don't think there's going to be any buses pulling up here. This is a beautiful spot actually. It's going a bit dark now, but it's a beautiful spot out there, very, very natural. I've seen a muntjac out there before now. But yeah, many of the usual spots that I might park at the moment I'm a bit reticent about doing because of the current obviously situation, and the fact that there are police around just checking up on what you're doing. I haven't yet been asked by a single police person where I'm going or what I'm doing or why I'm living in this van, but I can say that it was a lot more comfortable being a van dweller a week or so ago, but yeah, this too shall pass, as we say. I just have to put my window thing up in a sec. Let's put this up because, like I say, I'm trying to I know that they may well go up to the top of this area tonight, because it's one of the places where young kids congregate, as in teenagers, boy racer types. And so they may well be looking to disperse any gatherings. Yeah, sorry about that, that's better. Yeah, so they may be looking to disperse any bad gatherings, but I'm hoping I'll get away with just being tucked in here. So yes, it's been a strange week, month for everybody. Odd situation, driving around my own town. Wonder if I'm going to get pulled over because because I'm driving around my own town, and God forbid that I should drive out of town. It's like the Truman Show. Yeah, and nobody knows when this is all going to end, although I am currently praying and encouraging others to pray, actually, that this might that they might lift the lockdown in time for Easter, so that we can get in our churches and do our Good Friday services and our Easter Sunday services, etc. That would be awesome if we could do that, because currently even churches, we're not allowed to meet, we're not allowed to. I mean, I work in a church, I run ministries to people who are disadvantaged, addicted, got mental health issues, special needs, whatever, and I'm not actually allowed to personally meet up with anybody anymore at the moment. I have to work from home, which basically means this van. We're not even allowed in the churches anymore, so I have to work from this van or my daughter's home, which I've co-opted as my home. I'm officially a member of their household too, which is useful, because otherwise I'd have no way of doing 240 volts and using my laptop, and I'm struggling at the moment. I've done a lot of work on this van since Christmas, really, so the leisure battery system's working great. The diesel heater is, although I've got an extension for the diesel heater exhaust, which I need to get fitted, hoping to get it fitted next week, because at the moment it ends in the middle, just under the van, very near to the air inlet. I say no more. I didn't do it, and I want that extended so it comes out the back end of this bus here, this van, because at the moment what I have to do, what I've realised, is I can start the diesel heater and I can get it running, because there's always a big rush of diesel being consumed at the beginning, and only if I have the door open. And if I have the door open, then I've got it open now because it's flipping warm, but if I have the door open then, and then later when it's all settled down and it goes quieter, and it's I can actually shut the door then, and this flipping thing doesn't go off, which means I'm safe. So yeah, but anyway, that should be sorted out next week by the same guy, my mobile mechanic Johnny Barker, who's going to also check out my handbrake, because every time I park on an incline, all you can hear is the handbrake creaking. Creak. And so I have to park in first gear or reverse gear, whichever, and yeah, and all I can hear is yeah, so that's going to be looked at next week too. But anyway, I've got the electrics all sorted now. So a split relay unit, I fitted that myself. The solar panel's working brilliantly, and it's dead good because I have it in the window, at the front window, and I just park up wherever facing the sun for a few hours, and yep, put the solar panel in the window and harvest a bit of electricity. But what I'm working on right now is the I've got the fuse box there, which but I need to have a switch that I can use so I can connect, so I can actually plug in my phones and things to charge. So that switch should be coming next week, we hope and pray, early next week, and I can fit that up. I was using this Halford 6-in-1 thing, which was great, but I think the batteries give up now. I've charged it and recharged it that many times, the battery's kind of lost all its capacity. So at the moment, and also it's not great that the fact that every single cafe or whatever is all shut down, so I can't just go in Morrison's Barista Cafe and plug in for an hour or two while I drink a coffee. So I'm basically down to charging at my daughter's during the day, trying to get my charging my chargers, my battery chargers, like this little thing here, charging him up. And I've got a few of these things, charge them up, and then hope that I can keep the phone running through the night. And the problem with this phone is, and it's on my list, is I'll be waiting for payday, is it's got to a point where the battery just doesn't stay charged for more than 5 minutes. So I need to sort that out. I need to get a new phone, well, new second-hand phone, yeah. So funny enough, it's behaving itself. It's got this funny motherboard issue where the screen goes quite dark, but it's behaving itself right now. Yeah, so I spent the first part of today looking after my little granddaughter, because her dad had to go and do some gardening work somewhere. He's been laid off currently by McDonald's, and Mum had to go and work in a care home that she works at. So this morning I looked after the little one, 3-year-old, and then this afternoon I went to visit my mate who's got lung cancer, and we sat. He's not supposed to be, he's got to completely isolate for 3 months, and so we sat on his lawn, 3 metres apart, and chatted, drinking coffee and chatting. So that was nice. And then I've been sorting out, I sorted out all my clothes, because I'd ended up with too many clothes in the van again. I still haven't managed to pare down my clothing. It's ridiculous. Don't need all that many clothes. And also sorted out my food, and again, clothing and food are the two things I'm terrible for hoarding. So loads of those things have got food in, and there's one on the front seat as well, and then there's a bag of veggies here. I went a bit mad this week because I got out of self-isolation on Thursday, and I went a bit mental in the supermarkets. I got overexcited being able to do shopping again, but yeah, so I was sorting all that out. So the idea is to keep decluttering, because then it makes it so much easier to live in this space if I'm constantly decluttering. But it's everything is a thing, you know what I mean? I mean, that's my rucksack that I use daily because of my pursing and work and stuff. That bag's got my gas bottles, which I'll probably use in the night, and that little heater there, because I won't be bothered to put that thing on in the middle of the night, because it'll mean opening the door, and I don't really want to be here with the door open at 2 a.m, just in case somebody comes wandering past. So I'll use that diesel heater, that little gas heater instead. And yeah, so just everywhere I look, there's something that's important. I've got my spare sheets there to change my bedding tomorrow. That's the job I'm going to do. Yeah, washing up. I'm going to do that tomorrow behind my son's. I'm pulling up behind my son so I look like a normal person, just working on their van or whatever. And I'm going to do a fair bit of tidying tomorrow down there. As at the moment, everywhere you park, people look at you. And normally, I mean, I've been doing this for months. Nobody, it doesn't bother me. But at the moment, if everybody's looking at everybody, it's like being in a episode of Invasion of the Body Snatchers. So yeah, it's not the best time to be a full-time van dweller necessarily, especially because you can't go anywhere interesting. I put 70 quid's worth of diesel in the van today, filled it right up because diesel's so cheap, 108.7 at Morrison's. So, and then it really grieved me that I couldn't just drive down to Somerset, and park up somewhere near the beach. Really, really, really. But anyway, I'm praying that I'm praying they're going to lift the lockdown in time for Easter. That's what I'm praying for. So, that's me. It's a longer video than usual because I haven't done one for a while. It's just been so chaotic. I'm looking forward to having my dinner in a bit. I've got the second part of me Asda. It's in my cool bag there. That's on my list, is to get a solid cool box. But yeah, in there's the second half of me Asda Indian meal for two that I got last night. I had half of it last night. I'm going to finish off the other half tonight once I've cleaned the saucepan. And yeah, then I'm going to get in my gym jams and pray that I don't get visited by the police. So that's me.